Buckle up, it's gonna be a bumpy one. Let's pull out the fireworks, baby. I mean, I need some popcorn. How many more minutes do I have? 3? That's just enough time to get some popcorn. Should I do it? Anybody else have popcorn? I love popcorn. Popcorn is my weakness. Good afternoon. Ma! Ma! Popcorn! Truth is, I live in the basement and my mom, this is her house. All right. So we're almost there. We'll just leave the press conference. All right, let's see what we get. Now, it would be really boring if we just stay within the trendy edges. So this edge here, and let's say just this box, that'd be pretty boring. It'd be nice if we get a pullback into that though. So we got 2 more minutes. Obviously, I think, you'll get a direction and then Jerome will jump on the mic and we'll see what happens from there. Right now, taking the Fed and FOMC out of the equation, you simply just have what we consider lower highs. Okay, just like that. So you want to mark your 2 pivots. And we like to see, what is this, a 30-minute candle? We'd like to see a new pivot high. Okay, so new pivot high. And let's see, are we creating a new candle here at 1 o'clock Central Time? Again, I'm Central Time, I'm not Eastern Time. A lot of people get that confused. And so the formation says when you have lower highs and higher lows equals a sideways trend. We do not have a trend at the moment. And we're just kind of stuck. Yeah. All right, let's shoot out. We just made a new pivot high over this level right here. Let's see if we can hold that. It's so, the longer you do this, it just gets really ridiculous, to be honest with you. It makes you realize how many people just listen to news and all right, there we go. Let's see if we can get into that red box, folks. If we can get in that red box before Jerome gets on the mic, which gives us 30 minutes, that would be great. And we did make a new pivot high. It's a little crazy looking, but we did make a new pivot high, which typically means we should follow through, but we'll see. Mhm. And if we hit the green, well, we're just waiting for a zone here. And as you can see, regardless of the news, we have these edges here, and we're kind of just stuck between these. Pretty boring. How much did I pay for these XPX? 35. The percentages are wild, aren't they? With the premium. So if you have butterflies, they're just crazy. I'm gonna move this over a little bit, guys, so you can see this. And don't do anything in the middle. Everything in the middle is speculation. I guess it's all speculation, isn't it? Let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Yeah, we're almost there. Now the orange line in the box is really where I'd like to see it go, but it could reclaim very quickly in here. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. That's good. 75 basis points. That's great. Dex, what's the word, man? So what does that mean? Let's see, Michael De La Rosa. Hello, good afternoon. Let's take a look, man. So, the trendy edges are supply and demand. So I don't know if you've tuned in before, but that's where and that's how I created these. So I don't have to draw boxes and so forth, but I do it just to teach. But let's take a look. 3802, yes, sir. You see that orange line there? So I think YouTube is like 11 to 15 seconds delayed. So if you would answer me, I'll know you're answering me, about 30 seconds from the time I ask. But see this orange line here? This is the trendy edge. That is a supply zone. Yes, sir. And you are correct. And here we go. All right, there's the zone, guys. Since 1994. Man, I'm gonna date myself. I was actually a a senior. There you go. No. So all the lines that are on my chart, Michael, those are all supply and demand zones, and basically, depending on the color, tells me what time frame the zone is on. Okay. All right. So your initial reclaim here is making you several points to the upside. Let's see if it can hold. We'll see. Let's see if we can turn this baby into a hammer. Hammer time. So the actual demand level, see this yellow line and this orange one here? This is a zone. Okay. All right, let's see. We raised benchmark interest rate by 75 basis points. Target's range stands at about 1.5% to 1.75%. Interest rate on reserve balance raised to 1.65 from 0.9. The presser is their marketing tool, and last time we didn't really get a confirming move until then. So presser, right, with right up here, guys, 2:30 Eastern time. Programs will run stops in both directions, so just expect that. Obviously, the zone worked for several points already. We want to wait though. I think if you're taking this trade, you're taking profits very quickly. It always gets really nasty during this time, so just give it a little bit. We'll see if the zones well work and hold. Again, I would prefer like a nice little flush into this orange line, but so far the zone is working well. So expect programs to stop us out on either side, not us as in you and me, because we kind of know what we're doing here, but the activity will greatly increase during Jerome's time. So just get ready for that. If you have time, go grab some popcorn because I think we're just kind of revving up the engines right now. So light activity as of right now, 45 buys versus 53 sells. So anyways, hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you're not freaking out. That's why I'm here. I'm your lifeguard, um, as I always say. So waters are choppy. If you were coming out here in Florida in the Gulf of Mexico and you wanted to go swim, I would tell you don't go in without a some sort of flotation device. In this case, that's called a stop. Actually, I'm gonna grab some water just really quick, folks. Must have some fans out there, right? Who are buying the zone. Good job. Where is my. One second. All right. So far, this zone working out really well. And just trying to stay patient. I did take, in my small account, I took some CCL. It's down about 30% at the moment. What I paid is my risk. It's not doing a whole lot. Futures looking really good from entry in the zone. You should be bringing up stops though. All right, so this is a 30-minute candle. We are below the cloud at the moment. And you can see here, these are my positions that are in the big account. We have some SPX Friday strikes and DDOG, some equity, and some SPY puts just for a little small hedge today. I could have covered in here, but I just want to wait for the presser just to be sure before I close. But those were up as well. They're still up. But other than that, things look okay. So no reason to be overly exposed at the moment until some of this stuff passes. So abundance, I think you shorted down into the zone and you already showed me those profits. That was pretty sweet. But I think you took some heat for a bit. But as long as you stayed short, um, looks like it worked out pretty well. And as far as like going long out of here, like I said, guys, play it for as long as you want, for as long as you feel relaxed. Hey, Michael, I don't know if you remember or not, but are you familiar with supply and demand? If you could just answer me if you remember, your name doesn't look familiar, your last name doesn't. And yeah, and do you know how to trade supply and demand? Nice hammer, guys. Bring those stops up. Let's go, baby. See if we get these Rokus to go in the money as well. Let's see here. I just trading around DDOG, making a little bit of money. And obviously, you're going to see that your long positions are doing well out of the zone. This is why this is my go-to. Michael, sorry, couldn't hear you. Some background noise here at work. Uh, yeah, Michael. So I was asking. I don't think you're a member. If you could verify that, which is not a big deal. But and then the second question was, do you trade supply and demand, and do you understand it well? So expect the presser to bring the real move. So a lot of guys, they spend a lot of time. I was looking at, I will 100% say that supply and demand is the best over anything. And I could prove you over and over and over that it should be your go-to. Um, I was looking at some notes today from a guy that trades volume profile, and geez, man, like it's so complicated. I mean, you guys watch me do this chart. I could do this chart in probably 3 minutes to 4 minutes, maybe. I could teach you how to do it. Your volume profile guys, although I respect what they do, obviously, but man, is it just like me, or it's super crazy, right? It's a lot of information when really you just need to identify institutional buying and selling on a chart and just get ready to execute instead of looking at all that nonsense. But what I will tell you is typically around the levels that I'm going to give you, those who trade volume profile, you're going to find that your volume profile is going to basically line up where we are, a ballpark figure. So, gotcha. So I actually went to school at OTA, spent a lot of money to what I would take. Um, what I took from there was basically how to think like an institution, not how to trade there. I wouldn't say that I learned how to trade there. I was already trading. But man, they really opened my eyes on how to think like an institution. And I love sharing that because I even took some of that and deciphered it and broke it down to make it a little bit easier. And I love teaching it. So I've done this the last 3 times that we had FOMC, and I wish I could have like 1,000 people watching me, you know, as much as I could, because at the end of the day, I have to tell you, like we've been spot on all 3 times I've done it. members, you should know that. We literally, I've given you the entry all three times to the tick, and it's worked out really well. The last time we did this, it looked like this, like no doubt. We moved right into the line here. We pushed up, and this thing turned into a hammer and pushed all the way into the red zone. And then it kept going, kept going. It's pretty impressive. Big move. Now, today could be the opposite. We could bounce here and then break down. But we have some puts in place just in case. That DDOG, man, I went ahead and trimmed some on that pop, but it's pretty nuts, isn't it? Moves a lot for a little dog. I think I need some music. It's too bright. BA looking pretty solid. – 100% Roberto. I do see some spreads coming in on DDOG. I know that somebody had brought to my attention that there was a big buy order for next week. You guys can look at that at the 90 by 92 calls. You can see 1600 on the volume and 1800. Implied vol right now is 130%. Amazon's fading a little bit. I really like to see it stay above 106. That would be nice. But again, I think people are just kind of waiting, see what we get here. Pretty boring so far. And if you have Thinkorswim, one of my favorite things, if you want to kind of catch what Jerome is going to say, they actually have Trader TV, which you know, like where your trade flashes, your watch list, all that type of stuff. Here, let me show you guys really quick. Oops, that doesn't even show it. My bad. Um, right here. There we go. Right here. I can't. It's so hard to tell where the stuff is. Okay. So if you don't have it, okay, you come down here and you can add things. Okay. Customize gadgets and you can get rid of things, you can add things and so forth. And so Trader TV is right here and there's a little arrow you can watch. You know, they teach you too, which is really cool. TD Ameritrade Network, CNBC, whatever. You can click on CNBC US. And this is going to open up a TV. And so you can watch what he has to say if you're into that type of thing. So I like technicals, so I honestly do not watch news ever. Every once in a while, I'll pull up Jerome to listen to what he has to say during these Fed moments because I want you to see the reaction off the levels versus what he's saying. Okay, but anyways, you can pull up Trader TV right there, which is kind of cool. I think so if you're into watching TV. Okay. Regardless of the outcome, folks, I just want to show you how well that level worked. I explained this morning how to trade that level. Hopefully, you took advantage of that. If you were short, you should be, you could have covered a portion of your short down into that zone. Mike, I think you sold credit spreads. You could have bought back some of that credit when you got down into the zone I'm sure you could have covered a nice little penny there as you sold credit right up here towards the edge. You guys could see I bought some spreads today in here. It's nice to see oil down almost $4. I love that. If you just bought XLE yesterday, you're probably doing it wrong. Or if you bought it the day before. All right, there's a 30-minute candle stuck between the trendy edge and the trendy zone that I gave you. Now, just to point out, um, we have this mid right here, and if we stay below this mid, probability suggests that we could pull back even more. I'm going to go ahead and just put that on there for you while we sit here and wait. But right about here, okay. And obviously we're below the cloud, so a pop into the cloud would mean different things. So we'll see how it reacts. You see how it can't get over the edge there. Yes, only up 8 points. Oh, and let's see if this guy is on. No. He's always kind of scary. I don't see him. There he is. Or there you go. So we couldn't get over that level. Notice how we pulled back. Remember, this little orange level down here could be our play today. All right, I'm going to put you guys on mute just for a few. All right, we're in the money on this SPY butterfly. And if you're short with me, see if we get this orange level down here. There we go. Let's go. Nice hammer right out of the zone. We covered that right in time at the moment. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I still didn't touch my edge, though. A little upsetting. Let's go. So, did you need him to talk in order for this to happen? Did you? Or did you need the zone there before it happened? You tell me. Exactly. The biggest thing is we need to build value over the edge, guys. Need to build value over the edge. Okay. Sweet spot for the butterfly, guys. We are in the sweet spot for the butterfly. If I hit that red box, if I hit that red box, this is the third time I've done this in a row, guys. Third time. We should have 1,000 people in here just telling us how beautiful these charts are. Instead, it's like crickets. It's like, you know why? Because so many people spend their time, instead of learning and listening, they spend their time listening to people on Twitter, and you get FOMO'd, you know, by a bunch of 20-year-olds running a service that started this after COVID because they were too lazy to work. That's how I actually feel. What was that? What? What? What was that? We trimmed some more, baby. Let's go. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know either, Michael. I think someone along the way, like, They diverted. They diverted my name. Like I think I have somebody in another country that's like using my name and pulling people over there or something. We've already found a couple fake accounts, but it's really strange. But I also, again, over the years, we don't have a huge marketing team or anything like that. It's weird, man. I tell you, the reason why it's like that is because I'm not showy, so I'm not showing off. We don't FOMO people, so it takes a special kind of person to take interest, in my opinion. You know. All right, guys. So your Roku's in the money, so just be aware of that. We're almost to the box here. Almost there. In my room, just over 100. Yeah, not a whole lot. It's a nice small room. Not a lot of noise, which it's a very quiet room. Very quiet. But I think all rooms are quiet right now, to be fair. It's summertime and we're all having a good time. I just got back from the Keys, so I was gone for a week. But let's go. Almost there. This is the butterfly that I was trying to get this morning, guys. Now look at it. Gosh, man. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so what you want to see out of this candle here, we're just going to measure, okay? Measure up into the pivot high, and you want bulls to maintain 3788, 3788, okay? If we can maintain that, then I think we come up and we smack that red box there. Okay, we're just trimming around this DDOG position as we get closer to the red box. And let's go over here just really quick on CCL. Just want to check a few things. It's not looking too bad. Let's see if we can hold this level here. And if we can get back above there, I'll add into it. What did Amazon do during this whole entire time? Those guys pop up a little bit. Just want to see them hold over 106. Good. At 107. Looks like our options are over $5 now. But we are looking for, I like the short-term target of like 119. Hit 108.85. Nice one. Only 366 days to go, Roberto. Come on. Want to see this thing hold in here. Really want to see value above the trendy edge. This is getting kind of old. Very tight range here. How much longer do we have? Hour and 6 minutes. All right, I'm gonna take a little break. Not a whole lot going on here. Uh, are they provided? You mean like on the chart? So I'm live every day, so you're going to see the levels um when I put the charts in here. I'm live. You can see the levels. You could copy the levels, but the levels are there for purchase as well. Not on Thinkorswim anymore, only TradingView. And they're also you can also rent them, so you can have like a subscription with a rental. And if you decide to leave, then that access is taken away. But you can also buy them. I'm going to teach you how to read the market, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the levels just make it more convenient. Still got to get the mind right, you know, and not get worked up. You got to understand. You got to trust. That's really, where my focus is. How long would it take for you to learn the system? Honestly, it's how much time you put into it, but I would say probably anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. If you can get rid of all the BS that you probably learned from other people. I mean, when I went to OTA and tried to think like an institution, it just opened up my eyes right away. And it made me realize, everything that I learned was just bullshit. I mean, seriously. So that was easy for me to do because I had lost so much over and over and over and was really burned out that I was really looking for something that made sense to me. And learning how institutions think really gives you the advantage that you should be looking for, you know? But honestly, 1 to 2 weeks, man, I teach really well. I mean, I say that I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but it's pretty simple concept. It's just that it's not simple for you to digest. Most people, they look at a line and they think support and resistance. They don't understand supply and demand. And so they, without any former knowledge, they just think it's a line. But what it is a playing field for institutional buying and selling. Now we're talking about futures. I'm not necessarily talking about institutions, but when I come to equity, definitely, you know, you're a small cap trader. It doesn't matter what you trade. Um, this works on every chart. I always tell everybody a chart is a chart. And the cool thing is my indicators aren't moving. So your edges are always there and they're there in advance. So I teach more about it in the room. I don't want to go too far into depth, but they're there. So they don't move. You understand how to trade them. They're going to be on the chart and then you trade off of those levels. Now, as far as like risk to reward, I'll also teach all that. That can definitely help you out. If you're looking for like just a handout for alerts and stuff like that, then I have obviously, I have as I always explain to everybody, I have my auto signals over here, and then my three accounts are linked, or two accounts that are linked here. These are coming straight from my API. But please understand, my alerts are not there to tell you to buy something. They're there for proof of concept. They're there to show you that I have integrity and what I trade and what you see is what I'm actually doing. Um, I have a hard time trusting people, meaning because of all the stuff I went through as a novice trader, trying to learn and make my way up. I found out that the majority of people lie. And when I found out they lied, it's very difficult to take somebody else's trade. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's actually doing what they say and they can prove it, then I'll stand behind that. And as I said, my API is literally linked to the room. If I buy something, sell something, you can watch that in the earlier video this morning. You'll see it. It's within milliseconds. It's pretty cool. But again, it's just there for proof of concept. So I teach. The alerts are just there to kind of show you, what happens when I take a trade, and so forth. So, so timing 1 to 2 weeks. I mean, we got some members listening. You guys can chime in. Um, but it could take years to develop, in my opinion, a very strong base for to have the right mentality to trade. Because I've seen people who've been trading for years still blow up and lose their mind and do stupid stuff um, because they're having a hard day. You never know. We're human. We can blow up at any time emotionally, financially. Um, Mark Douglas over and over and over. Just keep listening to him. He has a lot of free content out on YouTube. He wrote Trading in the Zone, but a lot of really good videos to listen there. Oh, okay. So you're saying you just trade equity sometimes. So, I mean, this works for equity as well. Futures, equity, options, it doesn't matter. Equity is just a different, you would execute these the same exact way. I mean, for example, if we go over here to Trendy Auto Signals, you'll see probably towards the beginning, we started getting buy and sell signals. You could have taken these buy and sell signals, placed your stop if you're comfortable with the risk. With the ES futures, if you're trading SPY for equity, you would just buy in this zone. Remember every 10 points in the ES equals about $1 in the SPY. So if I'm going long on a reclaim here and you had a stop, right? Then that stop fits your profile. It's the same thing. I could pull up any chart. Now, if even if now I don't trade penny stocks. I did that years and years ago. That's actually what made me a lot more serious about trading, was I was tired of like the crappy stuff. Um, so when you say small cap, hopefully you're talking about, you know, I don't know what you're talking about, but you the edges still work. So it's just about, you could give me a name. I'm not sure what you trade on the regular, but we could look at one of those and kind of see how they react off the edges, and just kind of give you examples. Let's see. Gotcha. That's okay, but just for fun, let's go over here really quick. So this chart should stay behind me on the TV. We'll go over here. I just kind of curious to see. Um, let's look at some of those names. AERC. And let's go to 4 hour. Let's pull up my scripts. All right, there we go. And so this is the first one you put in there. I won't look at all of them, but we'll look at a couple. This is right now I have current edges on, so my scripts are really um, there's a lot you can do with them. I can come in here, I could turn on past edges, turn on future edges, and so forth. But you could see here. So to make this very easy, when price comes down into an edge, we look for it to be support, just like I showed you on the ES. Okay, you look to take that over the cloud. I teach that. You'd be looking at trimming into this edge right here. This is resistance until proven otherwise. Lower edges, again, if we go down to this, looks like it really had some big moves, man, over the last several days. Nice one. Right here, okay, we have a buy signal, obviously, off of this candle. Um, let's go to a smaller time frame, 30-minute. Yeah, right there. So we have on the 30-minute, you'll see the PMZ. That's another one of my indicators. Right here, you look to go long out of this box, or you can go short under on a close or a close above or below. I teach you all that as well. You can see they work very well, man. You can see that the cloud is support the whole entire time. Man, that was a big move. Holy crap. So that's the first one. Looking at that, let's look at CMRA. And again, these levels are there before price gets there. Please understand that. I don't think a lot of people understand. That's the cool thing about them. Let's go to a 4 hour. All right. So same thing here. You see you're supported down here. We're in the cloud, so it makes it a little difficult. But notice when we came into the trendy edge, this should have been a target. So even if you wanted to go long here, your targets are any edges that are up and to the left, okay? And you can see even today. So something like this that's flagging, your support would be the cloud, and your resistance is going to be the edge. All right, so anything that may break and hold over this 367 level starts to look a lot better. Um, they are very volatile, so I could be right when I'm talking to you about this, but the news and stuff like that that comes with these type of names, um, those are the things that you got to look out for. So, and actually, while we're sitting here, yeah, learning options, I can give you. I mean, first, always contact your broker, and learn like the risk of options. Once you learn that, and you understand what's going to happen, then there's a couple videos out there that I actually recommend that are not a part of Trendy Trading service, but it's a great intro into learning options. Give me 1 second, I'll find it for you. Now, I don't recommend and I don't endorse this trading group, but I love their videos. Love their videos. Okay. And I guarantee once you watch um, this video, it'll really help you out here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. All right, here we go. And copy video URL. I'm pretty sure I could put this in the chat. I'm not sure. So give me 1 second and see if this works, okay? Let me know if that works for you. This, by far, I love their videos. I should probably tell them all the time that I'm always sending out their videos. It's good stuff. Still trying to make our way up here. Very slow. I thought it'd be a little bit more exciting than this, but so far not. Let's see. I tried to put the link there. Did it go in there? Sai? You don't see it in chat? That's weird. So maybe, but you guys can see everything else, right? Like this test. Can you see that when I say test? Are you guys seeing anything that I write? Like the fact that I put like good afternoon, etc. Huh. Okay, so hey Austin, are you on here by chance? Maybe we can figure out what's going on. Maybe I'm writing in the wrong place or something. No wonder no one ever answers me. That's funny. Let's see. Let me go to, maybe I have to go to YouTube. All right, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get in here.